Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. They were eyeing your car.
Bruce. Watch your car, mister. Bruce said one of the bikes was found on its side.
It's motorcycle?
Yeah.
Down on the corner here, about 6. Oh,
Yeah. The color said Hell's Angels.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Great.
I'll tell you this, when they also, when we had.
Yes.
We were at that.
Like Alex Lumet is a member of the Chicago Outlaws. He brought his chopper up to the room. The Dean didn't think much of that.
When we were kids, we all had mini bikes and we called ourselves, there's the Iron Horseman.
Right.
And we were the Tin Ponies.
Dude, ponies, I love it.
I think even the Iron Horseman, we said that was cool.
How did you get there? Did you
I
share screen? Oh,
had to turn the YouTube on.
go up to the upper left, under the word recording, and see if there's.
Oh, so
I could just back
look
into
at
the black
this.
area.
Oh, you're hiding now?
Yeah.
Forget that. Actually, just click on our picture.
That's, no, that's. That. All right. Yes, it'll work. Okay, we got the three things here, the 2 fences. I was over yesterday, I saw that, kind of wimpy fence that they had placed where they want to put the,
Profile hats. Yeah.
that was not something that was approved, it was something they put up temporarily while they were
Right.
waiting. But it's in the place where they want to put it. They're, well, 10 feet off the high water mark, so. It drops.
Yeah. Yeah. Drops pretty precipitously on the embankment.
Yeah. So. That walk, I know that Mark has had some issues with it. The thing is, he's merging 2 lots, which is not the same as dividing.
Can I just clarify?
No,
I didn't have any issue. I didn't have any issue.
that's right. Well,
I just like to make that clear.
all right, well. The, I looked over definition for free subdivision because that came out and that's exactly where it is dividing again and merging isn't dividing, and so I don't see a problem there. No, you guys, voice your opinions.
well, first of all, are we talking about, I mean, it sounds like we're talking about issues on tonight's agenda,
Yes,
and that's not what I thought this was.
well, we will review what was on the agenda and then move
So
on.
is all this kosher?
Yes,
Okay.
Well, can we talk about what we're doing before we get into the detail of the meeting? And what are we meeting here at 6:34?
Well, we're just reviewing. If there's an issue that you got, ask,
Is Kevin on with us?
We've recently become very combative at our meetings. I don't like that,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
combative,
Who is?
Mark. We, been a lot of arguing between Kevin and Mark.
But that's not at the meetings. I talked to Kevin quite a bit offline.
So, then that's good. As I said, we gotta keep looking professional and not. Kevin is our CEO.
Is Kevin with us, Mr. Green?
Not yet, you get delayed because of the wreck. He sent me a note saying that he was caught right behind it. So,
Oh, really?
so he was delayed getting home, so he hasn't joined us yet. He will. What I really want to talk about, which is what I believe Milt wants to talk about, is revising the application processes so that they
Yeah,
fit.
that's what I thought we're going to get in, because I think by doing that, we might cut down on the discussion with Kevin
Well,
about applications that come to us that don't have all the information that we feel we need. And maybe not be put together in a way it should be.
Yeah,
And I think that takes a lot of stuff off the table.
in recent, uh, weeks, months, I think Kevin has done a better job of getting this information, but if we, by way of example, go back to the dock application for out on Sill Road, Kevin had the letter from the DEC, he had the letter from the Army Corps, so on and so forth, but there was no indication that anything of that was there, so it was, and he subsequently pointed out to us that anybody can make an application. So we were making a big deal out of the fact that the applicants weren't the members, weren't the trustees of the trust. Apparently it's not necessary. In point of fact, we've got one tonight where the application is being made by the neighbor.
Yeah, so that, when I see that, I'm thinking,
So apparently that's okay. Yeah.
well, the neighbor has sent a letter to Kevin saying that she was.
But we haven't seen it.
Yeah, right.
That's the whole point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get that, I'm just saying.
So I think the point generally is that if there's information that helps us get over humps, okay, to avoid having to ask questions either of the applicant or of Kevin, if we can get that information in advance, it makes it paves the way for us to get through
it makes
things.
us more productive.
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
And this isn't a slight on Kevin at all, okay? This is just, I think, what we're experiencing, if we can, the more information we have.
But
The way I see it, having been on a couple of years, is this group is a lot more thorough in their review of applications
Than we have historically.
historically. We have some people on this board now with a lot of sound background And we're asking questions that weren't asked. And I think staff has to know, okay, we go into more depth in our review than others might have, and we need that backup.
Now, as I told Mark and others, many others, you know, we're trying to up the game. And, yeah, there's gonna be hiccups, and there's gonna be some, misunderstandings. But I really believe that breaking the applications down so it's more specific to what they're applying for is the way to go. Kevin had put together a document when he first came on, and it got pushed off, but it was too big. And to be honest, it was several pages long, but some of it could be broken into pieces. Because he did do a lot of what we were talking about, you know, when you want a fence, blah, 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 blah. But then he went to the next, you know, I think separate forms. I know Mark has worked on some ideas on this. And
I think part of it is just putting the monkey back on the applicant to follow the process that's laid out in the code book. Okay, it's pretty clear. We gotta have a site plan. Okay, what's a site plan? It's not something I create on a piece of notebook.
I've spoken to Kevin about turning people away. Telling them to come back.
Oh, well, rather than turning them away, just hold their feet to the fire a little bit. This is what
Well,
the committee
Well,
has
that's
done.
true.
I-
I mean, but
Yeah.
Cause I had a problem with the trestle. You know, I asked a question about landscaping and I got shut down because it's not required.
on Kevin's end.
Right, but the way,
But we are allowed to ask.
right, but he, you know, Kevin like shut me down.
Wow.
And I was offended by that
Yeah.
because, and thank God you stepped up and said the planning board can talk about landscaping.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
One meeting.
that you weren't here. See,
I have missed 2 meetings since I joined.
but I'm just saying, it's, you know,
All right.
I don't think the questions we ask are unreasonable.
No, I don't believe they are either. Okay, I was hoping, I know sometimes the brain is, I know that Mark has drawn up some, starting points to, break this apart, and I was hoping that since only 2 of us can work together, I was hoping you be willing to work with them.
Sure. Every day,
Unless somebody else wants.
not every day.
no, that's
From
not.
time to time.
I mean, these guys
Well,
understand.
I think it has to be all of us, but
well,
we can bring a draft
Yeah,
and then we can use this time efficiently, and it's gotta be efficient because we only have half an hour.
Right.
To review, and maybe we just take one type of project at a time
I think
and try and get a nice outline. May take a couple meetings to progress, 2 or 3 to progress one type of application. So what, in a year's time, you got something good.
Yeah, maybe Kevin, the outcome from that process can be, oh, you're doing a fence application. Here's the fence application. Okay,
I don't wanna put words in his mouth, but I think he's on board for that too. It's his document.
right, he's not against the idea. Like I said, he's started down that path, but it got a little bulky. You know, because he had it all together. and you had to flip to where you needed to be. Mark has a copy of that. Right?
Yeah, I read mine and beat the heck out of it, you know, just, it's all good. I'd like to have it all on here, but when you hand someone 12 pages, they go, what the heck are we doing? So we narrow it down. One page for the, half a page for the fence, one page for subdivision or site plan, or a page in the back. And try and, you know, the more you put on the paper, the better, but at some point you have to reference what's in the code, because the code, we're not gonna change one word in the code. We can't.
Speaking of code. Thursday, the mayor is taking 141 back to the village board with his edited version, where he tried to incorporate what the board was asking for, what the people were assuming that they say, okay, it has to come back to us.
Right.
It has to come here. If then we can say, sure, we're on board with it, or how about we do this, we do that. And then it goes back to the village board. If they're still in agreement, then it go to the comment period again for 30 days.
Right.
But I don't see a point in having another question and answer.
Okay.
No, I don't think it serves any. The other
Getting back to the application process, having come through it uninitiated, okay, to, as an applicant, it was mysterious.
Yeah.
To learn that, what does the planning board do, and why is it zoning? And then you go back to planning, which is still a little confusing to me. But nonetheless, that's the process, but I think having having some introductory information to be able to give to an applicant to say, here's our process, okay? And if you're not asking for any exceptions, then it's planning and planning. Zoning is not in the picture, but otherwise it's difficult to understand. So,
And you can't always map that out in a cheat sheet or a checklist, but we can do better.
Right.
Than what we've got. So just to go back to the actual really big picture on these meetings, are we gonna try and 6:30 go over agenda items for the first 10 minutes and have any questions? And then the next 10 minutes, we're gonna work on the outline and the final 10 minutes. I think if we only have a half an hour, we're gonna be hard pressed to stay on track.
I think the first 5 minutes, there's, you know, as I said, if you think you need some, let Kevin know by.
What's hard for me is that I will go and review everything, I'll come here, and then while people are talking, then questions pop up, so I can't always.
Well, I'm supposed to, I get that, and I think I said that sometimes issues come up during the meeting.
Yeah.
So, that's okay. But, you know,
yeah, I tend to do my rounds on Mondays,
Right,
before the meeting, so it's not always
hello, Linda.
easy, other than to give him any advance notice for any
mhm.
information.
I get back to them on Wednesday.
Did,
Yes. And Thursday, and Friday, Saturday.
Are we taking minutes for this first 30 minutes? Okay, that was, sorry, I meant.
So we're gonna spend 5 minutes on the,
I'm sorry, I was.
No, you're fine.
5 minutes on the agenda.
hopefully, the merits.
Is Kevin gonna be involved in that?
Is that your red car?
I,
Convertible out there?
if we have,
Wow. Nice
if
car.
we have the I think I could.
I would just say from my experience, the towns that have pre-meetings like this, it's usually the CEO or whoever that gives us a brief overview, and then maybe one of the board members, if they still have a lingering question, can ask it before the applicant's standing in front of us and we're all, you know. It's just very helpful, I think, to have him.
I will talk to Kevin about
That's
it. It's. He leaves here, travels, see if we can make some kind of. Big component. As long as we don't get prices.
So then like 10 minutes or so on process, or this
Well, I think, once we
15
gone
minutes?
over the. Things on the agenda that need to cover, the rest of it can be used to work on. The forms and
I think we should leave like 5 minutes for any new things. We need some discussion, I think, on continuing education. And, you know, can I just say that sometimes we need to share thoughts on what we do, not application dependent. I mean, I've been trying to share thoughts on subdivision, not with respect to an application. And I'm trying not to email anybody with respect to an application. I'm emailing with respect to the concepts. And I think it's important that we do that, and we can do that. But if we can't do that, then we're really flying blind. And if we then start dragging the applications into it, we're breaking the meeting law, and I don't want to do that. But we should be able to communicate on non-application matters. And
on non-application matters.
but that got twisted this year.
As you said, Mark, sometimes you come off a bit strong.
Maybe so, but I didn't come on strong. I didn't come on strong with regards to any subject. I was just,
I'm not privy to your emails with Kevin.
oh, I definitely came strong, guys. But not with this board.
Well, that's what,
That's probably feedback that you're getting, is
Yes.
Kevin's reaction to.
and Kevin, he's, too nice sometimes. You know. And instead of telling people, now he's, here, let me help throw this out. You know, it's not his job. So,
I think the board should know, we also met with the mayor. This board doesn't know that, I don't, that you and I and Kevin met with the mayor and talked about
yes, it,
some of this. And the mayor expressed a desire for us to work it out and do better. And I think it was a good meeting.
well, this mayor was very supportive of the new application processes.
I think this 30 minutes can give us an opportunity to not air this dirty laundry.
Well, it's there, but it's in a format
But
that
it's-
we're trying to work on improving.
It's only with us. It's not with the public watching.
They're watching.
Well, they're watching, but they're,
It's open to the public at any time, but the
Yeah.
public cannot come.
Well, that's true, but as said a previous meeting, our work sessions are extremely poorly attended.
But it'll be part of the recording that's out,
Well,
you know, and.
Do we have to do minutes
Sure.
on our
I don't know.
work session? I don't think we do.
what's that?
Do we have to do it? Well, I don't know that. I was just questioning, do we have to do minutes on our work session?
No, but I will do minutes, very succinct minutes, the way I was taught to do minutes.
I just don't know if we need more stuff to review.
no, I would say we need some notes. versus minutes.
Well, what is it, what was it say? All right,
Can I add one thing that is not part of the meeting, but, because I agree with you, I think it would be good if we could have opportunities to discuss outside of the meeting. But last week, we got some kind of threat for the meeting, the zoning board meeting, and so much so, and that was credible, I guess, that they said, okay, we're not meeting at the village hall, and it was a Zoom meeting.
Mm.
And I want to know, was that person who made the threat, were the police contacted? Because there's no way
I know there was,
people should be making threats and making people
I'm
scared.
not sure what that threat was about. I know there was a threat that was made last week that was get involved with.
We should have
with
talked
the
about
state
this.
police.
It what?
They involved the state police and the sheriff. Lori,
People shouldn't be making.
Two statements, and I'll just leave it. I'm aware of what happened last week for the zoning board, and I do know that the authorities were all involved and the right thing happened there. So that's all I'm at liberty to say. So rest assured, everybody's safety was it first and foremost. The second thing that I wanted to just say is anytime that a board meets and you have a quorum, you're supposed to have some kind of a minutes. You don't have to have in-depth minutes, but you have a recording that you met.
as I said, I have a succinct set of minutes for it.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay. Okay. We've got 5 minutes. I'm not sure if this, how he set the times up here. We'll see if this keeps going.
Is there a consensus on what the board would like to be the first topic or subject of submission requirement, fence versus site plan? I think something simpler would be better.
I would love to just start with fence.
I think that's a good place.
Hopefully it should be simple.
Just gonna have more fence issues.
Yeah,
And I'm hoping that we can keep everything simple to it. You know, simplify it, not complicate.
It's always a good thing.
I think you made a couple of good points in our discussions, Mark, about fences, or it's come up in the context of fences, but it's come up in other contexts as well, where if someone is seeking an exception to the existing code, a variance, okay, there should be a basis for requesting that variance. Okay, I've got an undersized lot. Okay, I've got, I've got the police dog was another good example. Okay, so I think as part of the process that requires education of our applicants, it shouldn't be anything that comes along can be approved because it goes to zoning and you hold it up and they bless it and it's done. Okay, there should be a basis for
More description in the application versus just citing the code.
that
Which
this
is what
an
we get
exception.
now. We just get, the exception is refer to the code, but there's no
Reason.
there's no elaboration of, what is my emergency? That's
Oh, that's something that could be built into that application.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thank you for raising that concept. Okay, it does make sense. Okay.
I think it'll be so easy to make the meetings so much simpler for the board because the question should be answered. It's really a planning issue then, not trying to figure out, how tall, how wide, where it is or whatever. It's Does this make sense?
Yeah, not trying to cipher the application.
Uh,
We've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
hate to cut the conversation off, but we're just about at the witching hour,
Okay,
so. Oh. Everybody got copies of the updated minutes.
yes. Thank you, friend, for
Thank you.
taking a couple runs at it.
You know, I've said this before, but thank you.
Oh, sure.
We do
I'm very
If I
supportive.
had any here, I'd pull one out. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. It's time to begin our meeting. It was advertised in the Wayne Times and posted on the village website. We have a forum. I'll ask the members to introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Mark.
Mark Kostich.
That's Bill McKee.
Bill Kettle.
Janine Fogarty.
Linda Youngman.
And Bruce Evener. Okay. First, this is the review of the minutes of the May 6th meeting.
I'll move that we approve the minutes as edited.
A second.
I'm in favor.
Okay, we got a second, so Janine's a yes.
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 I'm a yes, so it's a unanimous approval. Let's see here. Okay. Applications, these are all, well, Mr. Nowak is a final, so there is no public discussion on that. And then the two fences, there won't be public discussion on it. Okay. Matt, you're up there? Mr. Nowak?
Yeah, it's me.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry.
You wanna, one more time, run over your plans, and then, if there's any further questions, we'll ask them, okay?
Okay.
All right, you've combined, I know that you've merged the two lots,
Well, starting to merge them, yes.
okay? So obviously setbacks are no issues at all.
Yeah, if you look at the plan, I got plenty of setback.
Okay. When I was there, noticed what you did is requested, with the trees up front. That's good. Okay, board members, any further questions for Mr. Millwall?
Are there changes to the plans since you were here last?
To my house plans?
Mhm.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And Matt, has the location of the structure been, as it settled down, it seemed you were still adjusting it perhaps when we were talking a couple of weeks ago.
No, it's pretty close to where I was gonna put it originally. I haven't changed it actually. So it got closer to that boundary, so that I needed to merge the lots.
Right.
So that's all I did. I'm actually on the highest point of the property. And it's really a good spot to put it.
Not that it matters, it's your intention to come back at a future date and probably subdivide a portion on a separate lot for your parents' house.
If it necessary, I might, and I'm actually glad that if I did, I would push it further to the west, because there's like a right where the guy had the original driveway, the designer, there's a creek coming through there, from the south. So I'm glad that I would move the house further to the west for sure. This is a builder, it's like it was put in the wrong spot. But for lot 2, I'm pretty much right where the other house was. I'm kind of touching the other house. I'm just a little further because my house is so long. I'm
Yeah.
just a little further to the west.
I don't have any more questions.
Question, Keith?
No,
Nope.
One more chance, Janine?
No.
All right, I'm good too. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve the final site plan review of Matt Nowak, 7992 Lake Road, to construct a 58-foot by 88-foot residential structure per plans.
Second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Mr. McKee, how do you vote?
I approve.
Mr. Kedlin,
I approve.
Janine,
I approve.
Mark?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, it's a unanimous vote. And we look forward to you joining our community. All
Well, thank you very much.
right, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Okay. Next up is Wild Hack fence. Kevin, I want to ask a question of you, please. Kevin?
I'm on my phone. I don't know if this is going to be good reception.
It is. It is. Can we consider these two fence applications together? Or do we need to consider them separate?
You can do them at the same time, but I need 2 motions. So I need because it's on 2 different boundaries or 2 different properties. So I need 2 different motions, but it's the same application technically, like same material, same height, same everything. I just need 2 motions.
It's not a problem. I just didn't want to have to repeat everything twice. Okay, right, let's see here. Oh,
Amy's here.
okay. Amy,
Hello,
would
hi.
you like to, tell us about your fence and,
Sure. I'm sorry. I've never done this before, so I don't know if I'm giving you too much or not enough information, but basically it's just a 3-foot basic fence that will keep our dogs from running in the bay when they're not supposed to. And I'm sorry.
they must be small dogs.
No, they're actually labs, but we tried something temporarily, like just nothing, permanent, just with hammering something into the ground. And sure enough, we fooled them. So we want to keep it as low as possible for obvious reasons. So that's what we're aiming to do.
Well, your dogs are better behaved than mine. This is kind of off the topic, but I stopped by yesterday and you weren't home, but a young gentleman was there. And
Yes, my son.
I'd like to compliment you. He was very courteous. Well,
Oh, thank you.
Rest of the board, questions, concerns?
I just have a question on the address. On the application, it says Sill Road. But on the plans, it's Sill Shore Road. So I just want to clarify the proper address.
Sure. I wish I could do the same because when it's changed since we've been there. I think now it's technically Sill Shore Road, although all of our original mail, both works. But yes, I suppose if you wanted to be technical based on the survey, then it would be Sill Shore Road. I'm still getting used to making that adjustment myself.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, my first trip down there, I got a little confused.
Yes.
Amy, just also a point of clarification along the same lines. What is your house number?
Oh, 8411.
So you're 8411.
Yes.
So on the, it appears that the site plan where you've highlighted in yellow,
Yep.
this is going to be located. It appears that the site plan attached to 8411 has the DiBiase's site plan, and the site plan that's attached for 8407 has your house's fence location. So we have to, I think I've got that right. So if I'm looking at the application for 07, no,
Yeah,
yours has the 8407. It has your walkway down to the water.
Our stairs down to mine for 8411.
I'm sorry. Yes, 8411.
Yeah,
has
we have stairs that go down to the water.
the walkway down to the water, yet
Yep.
it's on the application for 8407. So they're flip-flopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. I have to see where I put, let me, hold on. I have it right here. So what, I'm sorry, what are you looking for, I guess, for me to clarify with that question?
What Kevin sent out to us
Yep.
shows the application form that we fill out.
Yep. Right.
That you fill out.
Yep.
And on 8411, it shows the fence outline that's going on the DiBiase's property.
Right.
Okay, so not on yours.
the two maps are switched.
Right. It's not an issue for us. It's
Oh,
just-
okay. I'm looking at mine right now. So are you, all right, so you're looking at mine. I'm just trying to figure out what specifically you're looking at.
The survey map with the yellow line.
Right, because I have two of them. Because I did both surveys, so.
Okay, so what we were given shows for 8411.
Yep.
It shows it has the site plan attached for 8407
Right,
and vice versa.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a couple of them that were like giant, as big as my kitchen island, and I tried to make it so that I could fit everything on one page.
It's not a problem for us. I think we
Okay.
need to be certain that when we approve it,
That it's
it includes the
proper.
proper site plan for that location.
Right.
Presupposing we approve it.
Can't wait to.
I'm sorry. I guess
Well,
I'm probably too familiar with it, so I'm not. Are you looking at the part where I have like the word railing in parentheses?
Yeah, it's just that the two houses were switched. So the house, like your house was under 8407.
Oh, got you. Oh, I wonder why that is. That's weird.
well,
I think the maps just got.
Switched.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry.
Make sure that we're all on the same page, that's all.
Okay, yes, gotcha. I'm on the page now.
I'm not going to say anything more.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm good.
okay. We're gonna need two motions. I think the motion should mention, switching the survey maps there. Anybody want to take a stab at it?
I'll move that we approve the application for 8411 Sill Road to install a 3-foot fence. Per drawing applicable to 8411 Sill Road.
I'll second that.
All right. Start with you, Mark,
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
and I'm a yes. Okay, that one was approved. Now we need a second motion.
I'll move that we approve the application for a 8407 Sill Road. Just as a point of information on that, I said I wouldn't talk anymore. Amy's doing the application for the DiBiase's, okay, which is all okay. Fine. So I'll move that we approve the application for 8407 Sill Road to install a 3-foot fence per sample picture provided per the drawing applicable to 8407 Sill Road.
I'll second that.
All right. Let's start.
I'm a yes.
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 Yes. Okay, Amy. You're approved.
Well, thank you very much. This is my first time doing this, so thanks for holding my hand through this, guys.
Good luck with the fence. Good luck with the dog.
All right. Come down and can see us anytime. Bring your dogs if you have them.
You bring them up to our area. We don't have to come down.
I know, that's true. I do. I walk by all the time.
All
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
right. Okay.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Scheduled meeting is June 3rd. Just a reminder, we got plenty of time, but 4 hours of training per year, unless you got carryover.
There's one this Thursday.
Yep.
Boot camp
And
at 6 o'clock.
Did we ever get a resolution on the wetlands webinar that we
I think
attended?
we kind of were told,
no,
told what?
I got nothing on it.
No, but I
No,
think
but
basically
talking
it was said that, you know, we can approve, or the town, the village can approve the hours of summer.
I will talk. Write myself a note.
Mr. Chairman, can I just make a comment
Yes.
on the resolutions?
Yes.
To avoid some of the confusion of the, which plan goes with what resolution. And I think a really good practice is to, in the resolution, say the plan, drawing number, and what date it is. So that, because you will find in the minutes, then hopefully a date and a
Good point.
date and a plan that you can reference,
All right, drawing date and what else?
and plan drawing number
Right.
or title or both is the best.
Right.
Well, not necessarily plat, that's only for subdivision.
All right, well.
So where do you see that?
All
You
right.
don't, that's a problem.
I'm looking on this.
Drawings should have a number and a date on them, because otherwise you have no idea what's the approved drawing.
It's called a plan number.
A drawing, DWG, just say drawing number. That applies to plats or to site plans or to any of these different ones. Elevations, they're all drawings. So if we always include it and ask the applicants to put a drawing number.
So it's called an application drawing plan number?
A drawing, just a drawing.
Okay,
And a drawing should have a date and a title.
entitled.
Yeah, so when it says property line per document number, then it gives you a reference. Where is all that What is that referring?
Well, if you look at, like, some of the
If you go back
ones
to
that are done
earlier,
right here, there's.
No, I know on
Yeah, I mean,
those that are stamped.
well, not even stamped, I
Right
mean,
here, it says proposed for document number of that,
yeah, see,
that's
that's,
not,
That doesn't get.
what people are doing is, actually, if they're. And we'll get this into our checklist, but if they're submitting a hand-drawn or a stolen from, basically, these are stolen from surveys.
Right.
They should just put drawing number 1 by
Okay,
somebody dated such and such. And if it gets revised by this board, it should be drawing number 1 revised. And then you got something you can look at.
So, where is this drawing number?
Don't, this is the future,
that's his point.
let's just worry about it in the future.
So somewhere, when that drawing was done,
they should.
there was, oh, here we are. So for example, this would be the plan of land owned by William H. and Linda.
Yeah,
Sure.
sometimes those numbers aren't on there, are they?
Yeah. But it was dated August 4th of 2018, so.
Would it be possible to put it on this sheet so that it has everything included? with
Well,
it?
we'll be working on this, it's just, it came up in a resolution, it's gonna cut out. If you look at a title block on a drawing, it
Yep.
typically has a date, but then it has a revision date, and it has a job number or a drawing number. And those are the sort of things that will help us to know what we're looking at.
All right. Thank you. Good suggestion.
Yes.
Okay, we, I put my plug in for training, Joe, Mark, you'll work it out somehow. Get together,
Yeah.
phone, Zoom. On the
Okay.
road.
Well, I think there was some discussion of having Kevin involved, and maybe we'll bring that up at the next meeting. Of having him involved with Bill and I.
Yeah, I think having him on board will be,
Sure, I mean,
he's got lots of it.
everybody's gotta buy into this, or it's,
Well, that's true. In the meantime, if you two could get the ball rolling,
absolutely,
and then we'll bring him in and.
yeah, I think we need to do a rough draft, and then maybe bring it in the board, and then maybe we'll go back and have Kevin.
I still need a motion to this.
I've got one more suggestion for a future meeting. I think we're crossing over another quarter mark for a review of the parking lot.
I will talk to Kevin about inviting Brandon.
I'd like to see us stay on top of that.
Yes, sir.
I'll move to adjourn.
Can I question what that is about?
Oh, about the parking lot on 14.
When we approved the use as he is doing it now,
Oh, okay, I know now, all right, yes, sir. I didn't understand.
Sorry,
okay, so I got a motion to adjourn,
you do.
I'll second it.
okay? All in favor?
I wasn't trying to, leave.
No, I just.
Well, let me turn to the thing. I can bring this without destroying. My person.